watch them for historical context.
That's wild. Okay.
But other than that, I'll be on that side of town until my father,
That side of town.
until my father died and thrust me into poverty.
You said that's
Other
like
than
a
that,
it's a whole nother word. Bless you. You said that like it's a whole nother world. Like,
it is.
all
It
right.
is. If you live certain places, you be like, I don't know what the fuck is y'all. Because Cali was like, it's different, so it's weird.
Right.
And you been to Cali?
Northern California once, San Francisco, and then
Go
Oakland.
no, no. You bougie. You always bougie.
Bougie. That was
No,
like by accident.
always bougie, nigga. Go no, you gotta go to Southern Cal. And these niggas, I was at the Roscoe's where they shot Homeboy for his shit. That's on like the Ave, the strip, and nothing looks like wild dirty,
Really?
but it's impoverished like a motherfucker. You still in the hood. Even the hood shit is cul-de-sacs like in Training Day. So
Right.
everything is hard in Cali because everything is a highway, and you come off the highway like the turnpike. You come off the highway and then you go into the town, but the
Ah.
town is a cul-de-sac.
Huh.
And niggas be standing here watching you. Motherfuckers be whistling when your car come through because it's like one way in and
Oh,
circle
like
around the neighborhood and
what
then
was
one
that?
way out.
The jungle in Training Day.
That's exactly it. And the niggas in Cali, when you go to the hood, I went to Roscoe's. I went to the white, not the white one, the the tourist one, and I
Yeah.
went to the local one. I went the local one at night, and these niggas is really like crossing the street with they khakis to their knees and they socks up to their knees
Oh man.
with slippers with house. No, they look just like the movies. House shoes on
Really?
and their
Nah,
hair
I gotta
blown
go to
out and
Southern
long ass
California.
nails and they be crip walking. When they cross the street, these niggas got like dance movements and all this choreography and shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And I
That's
was
crazy.
pointing and laughing. And my people was like, if you don't put your hand down and look like if you don't look down, I was like,
Right.
oh, that shit
Don't
funny
make
as
any
hell.
gestures at anybody. Don't try to make
I'm
friends.
po-
Like,
I'm pointing and laughing. I'm pointing and laughing at the gang members,
mm,
which might not be healthy.
yeah, I was about to say that's probably not the best thing for you to do. 'Cause they
But why
don't.
you out here with like bobos in your hair and braids and
While
shit?
you
Like
outside
what
in
is
your
y'all
house
into?
clothes, right?
The big the slip the grandpa slippers, the corduroy joints.
The
I know you
house.
know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The corduroy joints.
The
That's
I
how they be
forget what they call
outside.
them
So
shits. They really wear those
you be think
outside. Like those are
you be
slippers.
think you be thinking what you see in the movie is exaggerated because it's a movie. Dead ass. That's what they look like in Cali. I ain't see not nay nigga. No chick turned my head. No nigga turned my head. Nothing.
Interesting.
Ridiculous. Looked ridiculous. How old are you? Oh, I'm 52, ma. What's your house shoe? White socks? Like they all go to prison and they come back home, so they like
They
it's
they
like they
they
chilling.
institutionalized. Yeah, so they wear the
Yeah.
same thing that they wore inside. They wear it outside. That's crazy.
Then they get Section 8 and food stamps and welfare because being in jail, being institutionalized for a certain amount of time makes you incapable of dealing with society. So it's considered a disability in Cali.
Really.
Niggas got apartments with sliding glass doors, balconies, because all of that shit. Look, it's the hood, but it's all
Right.
got
It's
balconies.
nice.
It's not a pool, fuck like an open air space and parks
Right.
and shit inside
It's
they
funny
shit.
how nice
Yeah,
weather makes everything look better, right? Like, because if they had
it,
like even like some winters, it would probably
some
look.
cold weather.
Yeah, it would
You
probably
would
look a
out here
little
crip
different.
walking in your socks. You wouldn't be out there.
Nah, not your knee
Man,
highs and
man up
shit.
with East Coast weather. Yeah.
Yeah, some thermals on, which is weird because anytime I've ever watched a California movie and they're outside, like in with like Scully's and shit, I'd be perplexed because I'm like, does it get that cold down there? I mean, over there, like how the fuck? But apparently it
Parts
does.
of it can. Parts of it can. I maybe at night because I was in Vegas and we went out. My brother and I kept our same time as the East Coast because all that
Mm,
with the fucking that shit fucks you up. And we was only there for like a 4 day weekend. So we woke up at their hours 8 o'clock in the morning, their 5 o'clock in the morning. And they was like, oh, it's chilly outside. We was like, chilly. We from the East Coast. Man, listen. Man, listen. We was walking in between them fucking hotels. That wind was insanity.
Damn.
You ever been on Wall Street in the wintertime and
Yes.
that water come off the it's like that.
Yep. Yeah, nah, that wind start moving through them tall buildings, it whoop your ass. But yeah, the ocean does give off cold air too, even if it's
It was
nice.
cold. But no, you could just go to Cali and get you a welfare check and chill.
Psst, that'd be nice, right?
You know why we crack babies? Because we born in the 80s, that ADHD crazy.
All right, we're back. Another episode of Potting Through Trauma. I'm your host, Fat Liver Jones. And she is.
I'm Tracy Renee Jones.
And we're the Joneses. We're going to try to get this in sync, but whatever. We're back. Episode 2 dropped today.
Yes, people liked it.
Yeah. Yes.
You got feedback. I got good feedback.
That's cool too. Like, yeah, I wasn't expecting to get feedback like immediately, but that's pretty cool. That means we're doing something good, I would think.
I dropped it in an official King Payne. I hang out in his Discord,
Okay.
and I'll be on his YouTube, and I'm gonna be helping him co-produce a show. And I got permission to drop it in there because I had mentioned I had to listen to it because I hadn't heard it yet, and
Nice.
everybody was like, "Oh my god, oh this is cool!" And I had more people asking for the link, so
Nice.
I
Nice.
contributed like three whole listeners, man.
Hey, man, listen, every little bit counts, you know. Listen, I like it. I think it's cool. And I think, the way that we're going to do it is going to help us even keep the content game going. So there's always something that we can find the trauma in, unfortunately. So
Shit,
I think we
waking
got a
up,
ways to
man.
go. Huh?
Waking up.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
morbid.
yes.
Oh, going to work. We all share that.
Oh,
that
yeah.
we all
Yeah.
share that trauma. I like to
That's
eat
a form of
and the
abuse.
roof over my head.
Yes.
The roof over my head and
Yeah.
the food it's lit.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, that's the way it works. So, all right, let's get into our mental health check-in. How you feeling this week? There was a earthquake on the East Coast, which is
Yes,
awesome that we
it
talked
was.
about California on the walk-in.
Yeah, it was the prequel to the Rapture on Monday.
Oh, that's
So
right.
we so all of the weird ass suspicious people and the conspiracy theory motherfuckers and extra religious motherfuckers like yeah they had an exciting weekend.
Yeah, it brought everybody out. It really
Planning the
did.
last day on Earth.
Yeah.
Planning the last day on Earth.
Well, I mean, in sad news, there was apparently a woman, like a influencer, who unalived herself and I think her kids or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, it was pretty sad. I didn't really read too much into it because it was just a sad story, but apparently it had something to do with, like you were saying, how everybody looked so deep into earthquakes and solar eclipses and just the way that 2024 has been showing its ass. I mean, could you blame her? Well, no, I shouldn't have said that. Damn.
Hey.
My bad.
Do
I'll
over.
take that. Yeah, sorry. That wasn't nice.
Nah, with the shots, with the shots.
But
All right, get back up. Get back
okay.
up.
All right, my bad. Damn, that was fucked up. Here we are, supposed to be like a safe space, and I'm just toxic as I want to be. Um,
But every day's a journey, though. That's
yeah.
the point. Like you're always a work in progress until. Wait, no, never mind. Go ahead.
See, yep, you about to walk down that dark alley too. But so where were you during the earthquake? Did you feel it?
I was home. I was in my bed because I was home, and
Okay.
I'm sitting here, and the shit started rocking. But I live in a building on the corner of an avenue. You know where I live at, on the corner of an avenue, and it stayed being a car accident.
Hmm.
So the building's shaking. Like I came there, like there's a car accident like every 6 months, and it'll be like a car under me in the store, beneath me.
Damn.
So I thought that's what it was.
Trying to
Because
get a bag
why
of
is my building
chips.
shaking? Yeah, like why? And I was like, oh, another car accident. But I was like, I
Right.
ain't hear no screeching. And then I'm thinking about the screeching, and then I was like, why am I still moving? Like the bed, I looked up and I was like, why is shit shaking? Then my dishes were rattling. My cat screeched and ran in the closet. She left me,
Damn.
and I was like, and then it went on so long, it had me thinking like, okay, stop, because it's supposed to be. Well, I don't know what it's supposed to be. But in my mind, the shit lasts for like 5 seconds and be gone.
Yeah,
It lasted for a minute. So I was like, oh. And then I started thinking like, oh, it's gonna shake harder. I don't know what was going on.
it was a
I
good
was
30
I was
seconds,
smoking
I
weed.
would say. If that, I don't know. I wasn't counting. I was at work.
But because we don't know about earthquakes.
Right,
I'm making up shit in my head like, oh, it's gonna start shaking harder. It's like whatever
right.
it's doing is
It's a
kind of what it's
build up.
doing, and that's it.
Right. Nah, it was very weird. Shit. I think the last I did feel an earthquake once on the East Coast, but it was weird. It was in Vermont. This was like well over shit at this point.
2011.
Yeah, when it was one in Canada, and I was at work. Go surprise, right? And I felt the building like kind of sway, but it was weird because I thought that I was like just lightheaded or something. But literally, the building, like I felt this sway, and I didn't even think nothing of it. I was just like, all right, well, maybe I need to sit down. But later that day, I found out it was an actual earthquake, so it all made sense. But then this one
Yo,
was weird. It
what
like,
about people who be high and they don't even realize
oh
it's an
man,
earthquake? Because because you just said I thought it was me.
yeah, yep. Like damn, I thought I was just, that was me. I was like, maybe I'm just like out of it. I don't know, but yeah, no, this shit was weird. I thought it was a helicopter landing. Like that's how like
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, well, because it's a big building, so it's like kind of wide. So I'm just thinking, all right, it's a helicopter down. I was like, nah, that's pretty rough for a helicopter. I was like, there's no train tracks around here. So then I was like, all right, there's definitely something's not right. And then all of the cages just started like really rattling together. It was weird.
Oh,
And
oh man.
and the crazy part was, so there was a lady. I stand up and she's just still working. I'm like, you don't feel that? Like the freaking building shaking. She's just sitting there working through it like it was nothing. And
She want to get her count up.
I guess, listen, every minute counts. But no, and then like I guess like a few minutes later, find out on Twitter that it was an earthquake, and I thought Twitter was bullshitting because everything's for engagement now. I just was like, no way. And then that's when the text messages started coming in. Everybody on the East Coast was like, yo, did you feel that?
Did you feel that?
Did you feel that? What happened?
We're so not used to earthquakes.
Right.
We need like moral support and validation.
Yeah, because you're
You think
asking me
that was
like,
an
I know.
earthquake? Are you sure it's an earthquake?
Shit. I never been,
I don't
I
know.
don't
Was
know.
that an earthquake?
Yeah, they all asking us what happened. You tell me. I'm waiting for you to tell me what happened. I don't know. It was
is some
it was
is somebody
different.
from Cali here? Was that an earthquake? Like
Hmm.
you know.
Right. Reach out to one of the local essays. Hey, yo, Holmes, what is this? Um,
You just got here from Mexico. Was that a ooh.
right. You're on one tonight, yo. What the hell happened?
Oh, the vodka.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I just had a.
But I am curious. Like, I mean, it's
No,
not
I
that
am too. I feel like
it,
the Earth flipped
it's not
upside
that it's
down.
not that close. It's not that was 13 years ago. It
Right.
was the last earthquake. That was a big one too. That was right when I met you. I was at my
Okay.
uncle's house in Plainfield,
All right. I don't remember
and
that
that
one.
was bad. You don't remember? Oh shit! You you came to Plainfield to meet me. You came.
Oh,
You was in. Yeah, you were in Vermont, and you said you was coming to Newark. I think to get your kids
yeah.
or see your family.
Right.
You was in the neighborhood for some reason. You was down here. You was like, oh, I'll stop by and so we could talk. And I was like, why? We could just like texting phone and
Yeah.
in person, like speaking.
I don't
That's
know.
weird.
Yeah, it does.
That's
It is very weird.
that's strange.
It's very odd. Yeah, no,
I want.
I don't remember. That's crazy.
Is this something we? Is this something we need to like look into? Like, is earthquakes a thing on the East Coast
I
now?
don't know. I'm thinking that the
Uh,
Earth like kind of flipped upside down. We haven't really had a winter over here in like forever. And then remember one year Texas got all that snow that everybody's freaking houses, the pipes exploded because they never had that type of winter down there. It was crazy.
my brother was sending me pictures of snow on top of cactus in Las Vegas.
That's wild. But I could see that. Desert gets pretty cold at night, but still, it shouldn't be that cold.
But that's snow.
Right. Yeah, well, it's just,
Packed snow on top of a cactus.
oh, like not a little dusting.
No,
Hmm. Well, that's
we swapping
interesting.
out. We
Yeah.
swapping out. So, Oh, you know
What's up?
what?
What's up?
I found out, and I read this a while ago. We're so warm on the East Coast that we can support the growth of citrus fruit now.
Really? Northeast?
Yes, people are growing oranges and grapefruit and things like that in the East Coast.
Huh. That is pretty cool. Hey, clap it up for the East Coast, I
That's not pretty cool. That's
guess.
not
I don't
pretty
know.
cool.
Should we not celebrate it then? All right, hold up. Take the, I thought it was cool.
I mean, is it? Is it? Because it's the opportunity to have like new things,
Right.
but it's also it's not because it's healthy.
But
There's
who's to
shit
say that that's how it's
changing.
supposed to be anyway? Right? Who's to say that we're always supposed to get like extreme colds in the north or the northeast, right?
I mean, what's an ice age or two? We've already had that before. Like,
What's the ice age?
what's an ice age or two? Or anything other thing weird happen? Ice ages? No, they've had
No,
like
yeah,
wild snows.
right,
If you look back in like the early 1900s, they're like, oh, it snowed like 400 inches.
right.
Like goddamn, and it take like a month to dig out your town because it
Yeah.
like back then
Nah, these new snowstorms like these new kids, they ain't about shit.
they ain't about shit.
Shouldn't have said that. That's not nice. Hope for the children.
Well, the kid, we love the kids,
Some of them.
and we hope that they'll turn into like
Dick, you don't
citizens.
even believe the bullshit you're about to try to spew.
Yeah, after baby, after teaching, I was like, oh boy,
Yeah,
like you got prison right there for you.
you
I
see it.
can't even
You see it. He's waiting for
because
him.
if you like 7 and you don't listen to you don't listen to nothing. You don't. I can't bribe you with nothing. I can't be your friend, buddy, like help me pass out crayons.
Damn.
I can't threaten you with nothing. So you just don't care about consequences.
Nope.
You just about this life and want to do what he feel like doing. And that was that was a broad umbrella. Wherever he felt like to do, cut a girl hair out her head. Like
That's crazy.
your mother, everybody know your mother. Your mother expects to come to wherever you are and stay to talk about whatever you did today. And she looked tired.
I bet. Tired of his shit too. Tired of him, the boss, the other kids.
She looked tired. I was like, "Ooh, girl." And this is a few hours in the after school program. So what you got going on at home life? When this little nigga gets some cereal up in the on Saturday morning.
Yeah. Well, that was. Well, I don't know. Were they giving kids meds back then? But you had to be
I
like
think that was him.
severely.
I think that was him on meds.
Really?
Yes, we were there already. So they were like confused because I said threats, bribery, being nice to him, hustling him, nothing worked, and I believe that was him on meds. Because she was like, I don't even know what happens next.
Fucking yeah. I see what you're saying. I see exactly
I
what
would
you're
dead
saying.
if he gotta be. I dead ass turn around if I saw him. Because
Like
motherfuckers
go
are
the
like
opposite way.
you can't tell what they about because they just so impulsive and shit. And you see him in public, you be like, man, I don't know if he gonna like hug me or swing
Or
on me
swing on you, right?
or try to run my pockets. Or
Probably was bigger than you too, right?
I'm 5'2". It don't take much to be bigger than me. So
Yeah.
yeah, he was a kid then. So he'd be like he's not an adult yet, a teenager, an older teenager.
Shit, depending on what they was feeding them little kids, they be all, especially the hyped up ones, they got a little extra weight on them. They can throw themselves around.
I was gonna say, is that? I ain't gonna say it.
All right, whatever. Let that one go.
I ain't gonna say it. I thought it real loud though.
Yeah, it happens. So, all right. Well, what about some social media controversy?
What?
RIP to OJ Simpson. That was wild.
Are we RP? Are we RIPing him?
I mean, I would.
He a nigga in the coop. He a nigga in the coop.
This is true, but
Why we
still,
RIPing him? He was out here snatching people.
he was alleged. Well, I don't know. See, I'm still on the fence on that side. Like, I think he did that shit. Actually, I believe he did that shit, but he was able to fool the system. So you gotta, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because on one hand it's like you're celebrating somebody else's trauma, but on one hand you're celebrating somebody's liberation from like years of trauma, whereas though like he got off because people actually believed that the police were racist towards him. You know, like meanwhile he didn't even think that he was one of us, but it still worked out, I guess. I don't know what his karma was like afterwards, but the optics on the outside,
That whole shit crazy.
it is.
But his lawyer did what he's supposed to do, which was bring doubt
Yeah.
to the people bringing charges against him.
Yep.
What he knew and what we didn't know is that bringing doubt against you when it comes to the police is not a high feat.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. Like motherfuckers do all type of weird shit. The Twitter shit. This black man that got pulled over by a woman, and she had her body cam on, and she goes up and pulls out a closed bottle of liquor, and then pours some out. She cracks it, opens it, pours some out, and
Wow.
then arrests him for drunk driving.
Damn.
They got the tape, but he was still convicted of drunk driving. I saw that yesterday.
Damn. So that's
And I was
recent.
like, so just the facts just don't matter.
This is what I'm saying.
Come
So
on. Come on, nigga. Come on, nigga. Get the cell.
yeah, but I mean that sucks. But once again, it proves our point, and that's like of recent. Now, that's why it brings me to my point. We should say R.I.P. to OJ. Like shit, man.
Well, no, he don't get no RIP. He still did it. He was rich enough to get a good lawyer to
But isn't that what it's all
get him off.
about?
That's what you pay for.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
pay for a lawyer for.
It's all about. But so then Caitlyn Jenner's tweets are cool, or Bruce, or as somebody called her, Mrs. Doubtfire. That was
That's
hilarious.
crazy. So, but why is Bruce mad? Because Bruce wasn't a part of the family. Rob Kardashian
Right.
worked with Johnny Cochran.
Exactly.
So Rob Kardashian, O.J. Simpson were friends. So
Right.
rumor has it that they were doing their Hollywood friendly thing, where
The
we like
freak offs.
we swing around and we swap it. We do the freak off.
Yep.
If that be the case, then are you feeling some type of way because OJ was actually your wife? They're still married. Your ex-wife's BBC.
That's probably why.
That was yeah.
Or
that was
maybe
BBC.
I don't want to kink shame nobody, but maybe Bruce
He
wanted.
probably was doing race play.
Oh, all right. Well,
If you the only Negro in the white side of life, you the only Negro,
yeah. You
getting invited to
definitely.
the
I
white
mean, they don't
party.
call them tokens for nothing.
baby. And he told you he ain't black. I'm OJ.
Yeah. I mean, that was the wildest thing ever to say. Like,
I feel bad for his kids because I'm sure they still. I'm not sure. You killed my mother. I don't know.
right. Well, yeah, you don't know how like confused they are, or what type of like clarity they might have gotten out of this somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, yeah, if the world told you, if the world's telling you, like, who do you believe? You know, like if the world's saying, yeah, one of your parents unalive one of your other parents, like how do you navigate that? That's got to be a crazy therapy bill.
Probably, and he's I'm sure he's like narcissistic, where he's like, oh, I love my kids. I like never calling you, but calling your answer machine and leaving a message.
Right.
I would do anything for you. like one of those parents. Like
doing too much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's what I mean.
He's out of here.
Hey, listen. Some people are celebrating. It's the reason that the Twitter streets were in an uproar over Caitlyn's, like, because black people are just like, I guess at this point you gotta stick with your own. Like nobody really cares. And to celebrate death, I don't know. I'm definitely torn between it though, because I've been seeing a lot of that. Like, how do you feel about it? And it's like, well, he died of like cancer or something. Nobody even knew he had cancer, which is another thing too. So it's like,
He might not have known he had cancer, depending on when he his how he kept up with his health.
This is true.
You find out you got cancer, and they like, oh yeah, 6 weeks. And you're like, oh,
Yeah, you're like, hold up. You mean 6 minutes? Because that's usually what happened. How old was
yeah. By the time
OJ?
you go 68,
Then that's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see.
he's in that big Bronco in the sky.
Yo, you are on fire.
He's riding that
Yo.
big Bronco in the sky.
So he was born in 47. So he would have been what? Almost 80?
Yeah.
So 70
Carry the two.
77. Right? Yeah, 77.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
Still
know.
kind of young.
Yeah, I was about to say. If you think about it, about to be 40, 77 ain't too far off of that. Yeah. Oh, 76. So he ain't even, he didn't even have his birthday this year, July 9th. Look at that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, well, listen.
Oh man. Oh man.
Into that big old Bronco into the sky. As you said. Fuck it.
Let loose the juice. He's out of here.
Let
At
loose the
DJ
juice.
Mr. C.
Yeah, that was another one, DJ Mr. C. Which is so weird because these are both like two controversial black like celebrities, right? Because remember, Mr. C was caught out there soliciting fellatio from people from that community. I don't even know which is the proper term. I think it was one of them.
He likes trans.
Right. I think. I don't know. Because the way that they described it was
special ladies. He likes special ladies.
So, but that was his thing. And remember, the first time it happened, he got it, and it was like he got caught on the street. So the first time it happened, he got arrested or whatever, and it was all over the radios, and he denied it. And then it happened again,
like 2 weeks later. Like 2 weeks later.
Like, dude, you ain't even wait till the freaking steam went away. You just was like back
You
outside.
didn't even pay your fine yet. Like you didn't had court yet. Like you just
None
got
of that.
arrested.
The first ticket ain't even settled. You just went right back to it, and then he was on Hot 97 crying about it, and everybody's. And I think Ebro was the one that was like, "Listen, bro, just live your truth." It's like you guys got him on the radio crying.
I wrestle with a certain type of demon. I wrestle with a certain type of demon, and I've tried to get the demon. Stop it. Use your words.
Yeah, exactly.
Use your words.
Yeah, stop trying to dog walk us through this. It's like, because everybody knows what it is. They got you on tape. Like, just own up to it and keep it moving. And you know what's dope is, like, afterwards, it just kind of, nobody really cared. It wasn't like he didn't become a hashtag.
Nobody cared. Because he was out there, like, everybody who would care, like, New York area.
They already knew?
That's what he did.
That makes sense now.
Oh, that's just him out here doing the thing that he do, yeah.
I never thought about it like that.
I just found the article. I was deep diving in old message boards, and I found the article, I think from 2008. And they were like, oh yeah, this person, they were like, oh, DJ Mr. C, he be in somebody bar, and he like these type of chicks, and he pay X amount of money, and he want them to do blah, 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 and he get a chick, and then come back next week, and he want another one, and whatever. And everybody said he was like stuck up, kind of like arrogant, and like straight to the point about it. Like he coming in there just to trade. He coming in there like he getting his, like a haircut.
Oh shit.
He coming with money in his hand. He pick out who he wants, say what he gonna say, and he wants you to get to it. Yeah, but nobody cared about Mr. C because everybody was like, "Oh, that's just Mr. C."
Yeah. And
it must be Friday. There
that
you
makes
go.
so much sense, though. Yeah, it must be Friday. Yeah, what is wrong with you?
He got paid. He got paid. Trying to get right.
You're on fire tonight. Holy shit. No, but that
That's
makes so
wild
much
as
sense.
fuck.
I never thought about that. Is that why there's so much noise around Diddy, or is that like something totally different? There's more noise because everybody's like, "We told you, we told you."
It's more noise because of the people involved, and he's high profile, and the amount of the whole Cassie thing. It was salacious, something to talk about, and It's salacious to something to talk about because he's high profile enough where everybody knows him
Right.
for it to be news on different coasts.
Right.
And he's like it's like Diddy. He's like a Snoop Dogg, like his name,
Right.
not
Yeah.
necessarily what he does, music. They don't know nothing about that. They just know Diddy as like a character. And then people in New York was like, yeah, he been doing that. Yeah, everybody fucking knows, and it's annoying online to see these wild ass conspiracy theories, and then the deniers. Like our
Mm.
last show, we were talking about like, what do you need? How
Right.
do you get convinced that some shit happened?
Yeah. Like what more do you need to know? Like
Like,
there's some bullshit
there's
going
a
on.
lawsuit, there's stories, there's recordings, there's accusations, there's at least 5 dead people around this man.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot with that.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on.
But he's one of those at the end, will probably be screaming RIP as well, no matter how it goes down, because it's like, I don't know. I'm one of those like people that feels like you can't throw your people away unless they're like scum. Like if what they're saying he did and he did like some real scum shit, then it's like, all right, like R. Kelly, gotta let him just like fade off. Even though it's like it's not completely all his fault, but he's still responsible for himself. So him and everybody involved gotta kind of be pushed to the
No,
side.
did he make R. Kelly look like small beans?
Really?
Absolutely.
Huh. Well, you been
Absolutely.
you be at the industry streets sometimes, so you might know something.
I've been in the industry streets and I've been heard things, and I know 2 people who attended parties, and I need to ask another person
Are
who
those
was
parties really
who
as wild as I've heard?
yes, yes,
Wow.
yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
The person I spoke to is a man, and men do things and people do things, and you'd be like, oh, that dude's a piece of shit. Why? He beats his wife, or he
Right.
cheats, or he beat you for your money. He's a piece of shit. This man was like, fuck Diddy. Like he's a disgusting, dirty motherfucker. Fuck that motherfucker. If people knew what that motherfucker did, oh my God, what that mean? You're like, oh, he embezzled money. Oh, he beat
Right.
his bitch. Because in your mind, you're like, oh, but he was like, fuck him. He's disgusting, and one day people gonna find out. Cause fuck that nigga. Like he, like with the hard F, the hard ER. Fuck that nigga. Like he was
Damn.
going off about Diddy, and I was like, yo. And he works in the industry, and he would always tell me stories about people in the industry. He never gave me details about that, but just his reaction, he was like,
Right.
"Fuck that motherfucker." I was
Yeah,
like, "Well, what
clearly
be going
something
on?"
happened and it's
He said,
personal.
the things he does to those boys and girls, and they don't even know about, and he have them coming and going,
Damn.
and he was like, "It's just fucking disgusting."
So it really
And
go
then,
down
and he
like
was,
that.
there's a section that you don't go to, and there's like a cut off time that you get the fuck up on. It's a networking party, so
Yeah, I
there's
heard that too. Yeah,
people
they
there.
say there's a certain time where it's like, all right, you start looking around and you're like, all right, it's time for me to go. I've heard
So
several people
when
say that.
so people are there and they're all like starstruck because you're hanging out with whomever and you're invited by whomever, and then there's how a party filters out,
Yep.
and if you stay late, you trying to see what that mouth do. If you stay late,
See, yo.
you trying to see what goes on with a smaller crowd. So you know what I'm saying? You got your
Yeah.
nose open. You being nosy, or
I mean,
you're
I've
flattered. You're
yeah, I know
flattered
what you're
because you're
saying. I've
being
never
asked to
been to
stay.
that type of party, but I know exactly what you're saying. To where as though it's like things start looking different. You're like very like
I'm in the cool crowd now because the
yeah.
party filtered out.
Yeah. It's like, all right, this is just the low people. I've seen some shit get weird where like people start doing crack. You're like, hold up, what type of party is this? Like,
Yeah. When the party thins out,
yeah.
people get loose.
You're
People
like,
get
all right,
they let
like,
loose
all
the
right,
juice.
we chilling, we hanging out, smoking some weed, and all of a sudden somebody breaks out a blowtorch, and it's like,
You
hold
hear
up.
sniffs.
Yeah,
Who
like, what the hell?
that?
Like, all right,
Who
buddy,
that?
like, suppose we had this conversation last pod. Do your drugs in the bathroom, like respectable people. What the fuck?
Have some respect for your
Yeah,
crack.
please have some
Have
respect
some
for
privacy.
yourself and your drugs. But
Well, yeah, it's I don't know. It's New York rumors, but a lot ain't rumors. I got a whole bunch of screenshots of things. and it's a consistent conversation about several people, and it was some stuff I didn't even know, and I can't unknow it now.
Yeah, it's hard to put the toothpaste back in the tube. Um, no, for real. Like, it once you know something, you kind of just look at things differently. You're like, oh, that's wish I didn't know that. You know, that's why it's only been as of once I understood that I understood the whole ignorance is bliss thing, because it is a blissful thing to not know certain shit. Like, you just
Didn't I
are.
say being dumb must be lit? Like dumb people must be lit as fuck because you
Yes.
just in here with air. You just hear
Yeah.
wind in your head and you
Birds and
blinking
shit. Yeah.
and going about your day.
Birds chirping, fucking just the wind blowing every day is sunny. Yeah. Nah, that's some bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Where we going right now?
All right.
We're talking about toxic parenting.
Yeah. Listen.
Toxic fucking parenting.
Yes. The reason why, because I don't, it's like you see certain things online or on TV, and you're just like, you're trying to understand like how people actually operate, right? And one of the things was like we'll dive into it later, but it's like this new age parenting, to where as though it's two sides, right? And I feel like it's always been two sides, but now it's just even more. So you got the parents that want to embarrass their kids, right? But online, like they do the shit online, and it's like, holy fuck, like the world should not be seeing that, because now you have other people that have judgments about how you parent, right? Like, and I'm a firm believer in you shouldn't tell people how to parent, because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing out here, right? We're all winging it for the most part. But when you see shit like that, you can only like start to think about how far back that this type of trauma goes, right? Like, for instance, black people, like if you're, American blacks, not, and I can't even speak for everyone, but at least those who were descendants of slaves, like that's how their parents taught them,
Whoopings.
yeah.
The
It's like,
whoopings.
how do you get somebody to do what you want them to do? Beat on them.
You
And
whoop them.
yeah,
You
it doesn't
whoop 'em.
make any fucking sense, but
It's not even beat. It's beat your ass, but actually what they say. I used to catch a whooping.
yeah.
I whooped when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a whoop you. You keep it up, I'm a whoop you. And I'm like, why are we what a whooping?
What a whooping.
What a whooping. And then the nostalgic way that so many people talk about, my mother would tell me, God, get a branch,
Pick
and
your
it
own
better be
switch.
big. If it was a
Yeah.
twig, I said a branch. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't have all that
You
where I
didn't have
came
a switch,
from.
it was a branch. Jesus
A lot of
Christ.
the shit I'll be repeating shit that I've heard from being around folk because it's not part of my experience.
Oh, you had a lovely one.
My mother hit me once. I was little too, but I just remember being like surprised. So I had to be like two. I was walking and I was like surprised, like what the fuck just happened? And then as soon as I looked surprised, my dog started barking.
Mm.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then I overheard my mother tell my father that she spanked me and the dog bit her.
Oh shit. Sorry.
And he was like, well, the dog, you should have been spanking her. That's what the dog's supposed to do. So that was the end of
That
that.
is too funny. I'm sorry. I'll
That's
be to
what
laugh at
happened.
your
Like,
mom getting bit by the dog, but so that was your
I'm like,
first and
that
last
motherfucker.
spanking
Yeah,
or whooping?
my daddy said that's what you get. No, if I wasn't, that she ain't no friend of mine.
It only seemed
She
appropriate.
she ain't no friend of mine. But yeah, it's so common. And I said from being like an outsider and listening, I'd be like, did you hear what you just said? Like, and then the switch, the switch is one thing. You talking about extension cords.
Oh yeah, I had one of
Motherfuckers like
those.
motherfuckers be like brooms. My mother used to beat me with the sink. God damn.
Knock your
The
head between the
chair.
washer and the dryer. That was crazy.
Cause it'd be more and more like household objects. Like,
Yeah.
you think that's
Whatever they
bad.
get
My
their
mother used
hands
to
on.
beat me with the TV set. My mother used to pick the tub up and whip my ass with
Well,
it. God damn.
in the Spanish household, it's the chancleta.
You got the
Dude, you
boomerang.
yeah, how the hell you pull somebody with a damn slipper? That's what I mean. Like, it's just the shit that you use to imply discipline on somebody is pretty fucked up. but they learned it from somewhere. It's not like they just one day up and said, you know what, let me do this. So it's all like learned behavior.
And did anybody ever ask, like, why is little Bobby pissing the bed? Why is little Bobby coming home from school dirty? Whatever the hell, whatever the offense may be, and you caught a whooping. A motherfucker be confused, don't even know what the fuck they did
Right.
properly. Like, depending on how young how, depending on how young the kid is.
Yeah.
Like, you just jumped on their ass. And they don't really have the ability to understand that they made a bad decision or made a mistake, or they just pissing you off,
Right.
not doing what you think they should do without any type of
Because
any type of
right, there should be
communication.
exactly, that's the whole point, right? There should be some sort of communication to where as though you explain to the kid what they did wrong, not just haul off and start hitting them, because then they're going to be just as confused. They're
WWE,
like,
you
yeah,
got your baby, you suplexing your baby.
what is wrong with you, yo? What is wrong with you tonight? You are on one. Holy shit. I like it. I like it. It's good. It's good energy. It's keeping me on my toes. At least, because I was like, I listened to the last episode. I was like, yeah, they're probably going to lock me up and put me in the damn crazy house. The way I'm talking, like something's wrong with
It
this guy.
sounds lit in there though.
Yeah, it does. It
You
is.
get to have juice boxes. You get to have juice boxes. They give you meds.
Yep. Caffeine-free coffee. You know, it's a vibe if you want it to be.
You get to be chilling. You get to be chilling in your little uniform thing.
Little
scrubs.
uniform thing.
You be in your scrubs and your Crocs. You got rubber shoes, so you can't hurt nobody. So you
Yeah.
be in your scrubs and your Crocs. So
No
it's like hanging out at
strings,
the
no
spa.
buttons, nothing. It's like you
You at
just
the spa.
yeah, it's a weird spa. Don't
But,
smell
I
very
mean-
sanitary.
They give you drugs and you in your scrubs with your Crocs on.
Yeah, it's a mental vacation, I guess. That's how you want to look at it. I saw my old therapist today. It was pretty crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. it
Seeing
was-
like in the street or seeing like
No. I had an
Had an
appointment.
appointment.
Just wanted to see another doctor, but when I was walking in, I saw it, and I haven't seen her since like before the pandemic. It was pretty crazy, which reminded me
She's
how long
hiding.
I've been going to this damn doctor. I was like, I've been going here for a fucking long time.
she was
Like,
hiding from you. You
no,
ain't
she
seen her,
wasn't.
seen you.
Nah, she didn't even know it was me. That was the funny part. Like,
Oh, because you cut your hair.
yeah. And like I had a hood on. It's fucking 9:00 in the morning. It's the worst fucking time to ever make a doctor's appointment. Never doing that again. But yeah, no, that shit was crazy. And she asked me. I was like walking in. She was like, "Oh, hold the door." I held the door. She was walking up. I was like, "She looks familiar." And then she said, "Thank you." And I was like, saw it. And I was like, "Oh." She was like, "Huh?" And I took my hood off, and she just like kind of was just as surprised as I was. It was pretty cool. It was a cool moment. Reminded me I
she
was
happy
getting
to
old.
see you?
Yeah. It was really
Aw.
cool. Yeah. It was like one of those moments where it was like, oh shit, like we haven't seen each other since then. I'd spent like, I think like at least 3 or 4 years at that point seeing her like as a therapist, like weekly. So it was like one of those things that after you just stop seeing someone like a therapist and then you just like run into each other, it's like, holy shit. Cause I was very apprehensive when I first met her, which is why I think like it was cool, because over the years you just start like realizing or peeling back layers, as they say, and you're like, okay, like life isn't that bad, and this person isn't what I thought they were. You don't trust
You know what I'm
fucking strangers. Like, oh, I'm
Don't
supposed to
trust-
tell you all my personal issues, and I don't know you, lady. Fuck, like, but nah, that was cool. But anyway, back to this toxic parenting. What about the
I've
soft
seen
parenting?
the wildest shit online. Like there's motherfuckers that's like old school people beating their kids online.
Oh yeah.
And
Nah,
then
I've seen a couple of
niggas
those.
in the comment section like, yeah, whoop his ass, or oh, don't beat him, or like, what the fuck?
The comment section had me rolling because as soon as somebody yell out something that you're thinking to, it's like, I'm with you, but nah, this is wrong. Because no, it doesn't look good when you see it, because it's like you see kind of the fear in the kid's face, because they're like, they don't even understand what they did that was so wrong. Like, all right, you're telling me that it's wrong, but like, what's so wrong about it? Like, I thought it was whatever they thought they did. Now, if you out here stealing cars and robbing people, like, you definitely should have your ass whooped. See, that's where I get confused because or not confused, but where my line gets blurred because I feel like there is certain things that you should whoop ass for. Like certain things you should get a whooping for, but not like a little kid for pissing the bed or I don't know, coming home dirty. Like the little
But
like
if your child big enough to be stealing cars and credit cards and robbing banks, you seen the teenagers robbing banks.
that's what I'm saying.
Motherfuckers. But
Hold
who
up,
you
like
whipping? Who you whipping? Your child is fucking doing blueprints to a fucking bank. Like you think you could don't do that again? I'm gonna make you hurt. That's not working.
See,
your baby is past the point of.
So that's the issue, though. So clearly you missed the window of the ass whooping. Now I'm gonna tell you like
so
this.
So why you
like,
jumping on a 14-year-old?
But this is why
they're gonna be boxing you.
See, and so this is where my issues come in, right? Because I believe that the fear that I had of my mom and other guardians were because, like, they instilled a certain type of fear to where though like I didn't want to go to jail. I wasn't worried about like getting locked up in the youth house because of the kids in there. It was like when I get out, like the people I had to deal with. So that kind of kept me on the straight path. So this is what I'm saying. If your kids are robbing banks at 14, you kind of missed the window of trying to apply discipline.
You are bugging because Taurus Base does the same exact shit.
I mean, it's
hello. He was like, no, he was like smoking cigarettes in high school. He was like, no, I was doing what you was doing. He looked all like disgusted. What you mean? Out in high school? No. What high school you went to? Bitch, the black one. What are you saying?
This is the black one. What is wrong
the black
with
one. And I was like, what you was doing in high school? He was like, not smoking cigarettes. I was like,
Oh, shit. He was definitely judging you.
And he was like, no, I went to school. I was like, well, okay, so what made you like be into? I was like, oh, so you was a good boy. Wrong sentence. I'm sure, wrong sentence. And he was like, nah, he's like, yeah, I was pretty good. Why were you pretty good? He was like, oh, because I didn't want to upset my moms.
Right.
And I didn't want to get in trouble because I don't know because of why, but I didn't want to hear her mouth and I didn't want to embarrass her. And I was like, yeah, that works.
This is what I'm saying. So
talking to your kid works?
Well, say there was no talking. It was like, let's say the wrong thing, they're going upside your head in the house where I grew up at. And it doesn't make it right because I feel like there is like a cause and effect to that, though. You know what I'm saying? It like makes it hard for people to resolve conflict as they get older. Right? Because
he said he didn't get in trouble often. He was like, I think she would take out her frustration on me. He was like, because one time she really jumped on me and she beat me pretty bad, but I don't think I deserved it because I didn't really do anything as bad as she made it out to be. And I was like, oh. And he said it like a little boy when he said that.
Interesting.
And he's 41 years old. And to still have that type of connection with this incident where I didn't feel like I deserved that.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
it's not the first time I've heard. It's not the first time I've heard a male say that.
Yeah, that's heavy. I mean, because it's like when you get down to the meat of it, it's like you are like talking to the inner little boy that's still like kind of there. That's like, you
disappointed.
Yeah,
he's disappointed in you for you showed him that. You showed him that you weren't genuine with the things that you were doing to him for him to be better, I guess.
No, somewhere around it. Like I said, the whole thing of explaining, right? Because think about it like this, like, I don't know, but like growing up, they were always told to stay out of adult business or do what I say because I said so. Like all of these things to where as though kids are inquisitive. And if your kid asks why, 9 times out of 10, you should probably explain it to them unless you're doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing as an adult and they're seeing it. But you should explain it to them because I feel like if you explain it to them, then you can kind of give them the heads up of whatever it is they're asking a question about instead of them going and seeking it out for their own, on their own, like finding out the harsh realities of whatever it is that they're questioning. You know what I'm saying?
Tell him that you got work in the flower bin and then he won't go fry chicken with the cocaine.
Hello. This is like that simple. Exactly. Like, why not use this? Oh, because there's something important in here. Like, but like back in the day, parents were like, because I said so, motherfucker, slap you upside your head. Now you're like, freaking got a black eye
Oh,
or a bloody nose.
oh,
Nah, that
call
was,
the, call diapers. Don't call them. Don't
don't,
call
definitely
diapers.
don't.
That's worse.
That,
Fight your parents.
exactly. Well, I mean, that's almost worse than going to freaking prison because it's like one step away from the fucking system. I mean, that is like
Yeah.
the entryway to the system, actually.
Well, they said motherfuckers be they're being institutionalized to go from school to prison,
Yeah,
and I think the parents help.
probably. I mean, but I think that that's twofold, right? Like, on one hand, you have parents who can't. So think about it like, the whole thing we were talking about earlier, the after school program, right? The reason that that's there is because parents have to work, right? So even if you go to work at 7 and 8 hours to be 3, but, half hour lunch, whatever, hour lunch, let's say 7 to 4, you still got to provide somewhere for that kid to be between 3 and 5 o'clock. So somebody's got to watch him, right? So voila, you have the after school program. So the kids are already from a young age being institutionalized, right? Like they all commune
Ah,
together, like all of the, like the little kids and
they're shuffled from one place to the other
right, and all in the same group, like they're all together.
in a
They're
little
all,
bus. They on a
yeah,
little bus, like the little bus be taking you to the prison,
exactly,
to the jail.
yeah, it's fucked up. But the
That's
parents
crazy.
don't really be having a choice though, because like they got to work, right? Like you got to work to provide for the kids, and I think it's even crazier now with the charter schools and shit. Like that's more like predatory because they know that parents need more time to work, so now they'll have the kids in there till like 5, 6 o'clock. So kids are being freaking these buildings for like 8, 10 hours a day, bright ass lights, fucking concrete walls. Like fucking public schools are just it's an ick. Ain't that what they
You're
call
so
it?
sad.
Yeah,
A
it
ick.
is.
That's what the kids say. Yes.
That's what the kids say. Sounds so damn old. We do, man.
I, I am if you ain't. Public embarrassment. Verbal abuse. Verbal abuse is a big one.
Yeah.
Baby, you be anywhere in public and a motherfucker be going, you stank breath, naughty head,
Oh
fat
yeah.
lip, da, da, da," and you turn your head like, oh, who this bitch cursing now?
And it's
And you
all
be like,
kid
wait, and you looking around, and
for
then you
the
look
adult,
down, it's
right?
like a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-year-old.
3-year-old with his
Like,
shoes on the
oh,
wrong feet, got snot running down his nose. He don't know what the hell's going on, and you,
the fuck, but the baby think his name is motherfucker. The
he
baby
do,
think his name is dumb nigga,
he
because
do.
that's what you call him.
Yeah. He don't even know his name. His favorite color is 3, and
He loves to eat blue.
yeah, he loves blue and chicken nuggets. Can't forget about the chicken nuggets.
I'm trying to smoke a cigarette. Chicken nuggets?
Chicken nuggets.
Oh, chicken. I see motherfuckers is like not even school age, but you start talking, and whatever age you start talking, like this motherfucker smoking a cigarette, and he over here talking about Baba.
Yeah.
Little nigga over in the corner rolling the fucking. He got papers and shit,
Yep.
breaking up his weed in the corner. And
He can barely
mommy, can I
talk
have
right.
Baba?
Exactly. Like,
Baba.
hold up, this nigga's still on Similac. He on Similac and he got a loud pack. That's crazy. That is nuts, yo. What is wrong with our
Oh,
people? But what is that like? That's like, I think that's deeper than like toxic parenting. Like that's
that's just
some
like,
like,
and you gotta have something going on with you, like I'm thinking like ism. Why you so angry?
you know
Like
why?
just angry. Like there's people who got parents and the parents like never hugged them, so they loved them. Never like sat and fucked with the crayons with them. Never like ran around the park with them. like there's so many things you do with your kid because you gotta like talk to little motherfuckers. So
Right.
you end up doing like kid shit, or you do dumb shit because you used to be a kid. You do things you used to like when you was a kid. There's like even if you're hard, even if you're stern, even if you whoop your kid's ass, there should be like the rest of the time where there's some type of engagement where you're like pouring into your kid.
Right.
But not everybody's like that. So I think the neglect gotta come from some type of ism.
It is. I mean, a
Cause
lot of times,
you don't feed your baby snacks like you like to eat.
right.
Nothing's fun.
Well, you got to
We
think
said that
about the
before though.
other, the other issues that people have, right? Like, let's say, for instance, single mom that's like probably didn't want to be single, but she ended up single and now she's bitter, right? So instead of,
Not with the baby look like the father.
oh,
You look
yeah,
just like your daddy.
exactly. And then it gets worse from there. Now she's stuck with this kid that she kind of didn't want, and the guy doesn't want anything to do with it. So it's like it's just pile on after pile on of issues,
Guilt,
all of that.
resentment.
Yeah, and don't let her have had some sort of like childhood trauma herself. Now, just it's just it keeps piling up, and instead of breaking this generational curse, because she don't know no damn better, she just passes it on. Especially
Yeah.
to like it. I don't know. It's all bad because you know how they say like moms and sons and moms and daughters is like it's all. Excuse me, deeply connected, especially when the mom is pissed off. Listen, her and the daughter going to be for whatever reason, and she's probably going to be either clingy to the son or doesn't like him because he's like his father and she's mad at him. You know what I mean?
Or adultify the daughter or the son.
Mm.
Because now I knew mad drug dealers who were supporting the whole house.
Right. Yep. Make them go outside and get a job now because.
No, 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 no. The
Oh,
job
not
on the
make them
corner.
get a job. Yeah.
The job on the corner.
And I try to make it sound all nice. No, go outside and figure out how to fucking keep the lights on in here. You got little siblings that need to eat. Like it's
Hit that block. Hit that
yep.
block.
But that ties into substance abuse too, right?
It got to. Because what are you really doing? You said I can't. I'm sure there are, but the likelihood that somebody's sitting home being stone cold sober all day
Mm-hmm.
in the projects or wherever you live at with your 14 kids
Look, that's just crazy.
and cursing the fuck out.
And imagine being sober through that shit.
I can't imagine.
It sounds like it's too much. Like if you either gonna have like illicit drugs or you're gonna have medically prescribed drugs because there's no way you can sit there through that soberly every single day and be fine.
Well, you ain't fine if you're sitting here with a house full of kids with no daddy.
Well, I mean, no.
That starts the issue right there. Unless they had like one father and something happened to him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
But
you
like
got you got
voluntarily,
time on your hands to go find new boyfriends and come home.
oh, the
What do you
extra
call 'em,
uncle.
messed up? You came home all messed up. Hey. You came out in the street gonna come home messed up. How you know I messed up? Like I did like last night.
Right. You don't know what happened, but you look like it, so we're going to
Oh,
judge. We're going
out
to
here messing up.
listen. I don't know. I feel like that's one of those things that um, you just see it being passed down generation after generation, and the parents that I see that like embarrass their kids online, like social media, like 'cause it's different to be like you said downtown and you hear some lady yelling and you turn around as a kid. It's like all right, whatever. Couple hundred people that are out here that witnessed it. That's one thing, right? Like they'll remember it, but it's not like the online memory that will last forever, basically, right? Like
Yo, people spinning it. The whole high school spinning it. The
yeah,
whole everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, everybody gathered around somebody's cell phone pointing, and everybody looking at you snickering. I can't imagine.
yeah. And I mean that's like I think that's they say that I mean we're not even talking about just bullying, but like that's one of those things that has increased um, childhood suicides. Like kids are out here because of social media. Like if everybody can see it and you don't really have anywhere to hide anymore, because remember the internet used to be a place where people hid. from the
Yep.
world. Like now it's like
Yep.
the world is here and everything's in plain sight, so nothing you can't hide. That's got to be rough, man.
That's insane. And it follows you.
Yeah.
Because now all you need is one person. You can go to college in fucking West Bubblefuck. But
Yep.
all you need is one person has a cousin that's in your hometown and somebody said and
No, no, you just
I
need
heard
your
this
shit to
video.
go viral. Like that's all
Oh,
you really need. Go
not
viral
the
once.
TikTok. Not be on
World
TMZ.
Star.
Not
Remember?
be oh
I had a little cousin that was on World Star. That shit was crazy. And like we was at a family function and she was talking about how she was like in this fight and we were like, Dad, that's crazy. She was like, yeah, y'all ain't see this on World Star. I was like, hold up, what? And she pulled it up and we all watched it as a family, which is very weird, but
that's crazy.
yeah, it was the wildest shit ever because we were all like cheering her on because she did beat the girl up, but it was like it was a weird freaking interaction to see when you think about it. You're like, hold up, my little cousin got and this. She was like, this fight was like probably maybe 6 months to a year prior, so it was like, who the fuck just like has this sitting around? Like a fight happened and it's
But
supposed to
World
be
Star
like,
100,000, 500,000 hits.
yeah,
Okay. 500,000 people. Let's talk about TikTok. You got 2.5 million motherfuckers. Let me see
yeah,
me some shit.
yeah. Well, because yeah, remember that used
And
to be the metric,
that's just
right?
on TikTok. That's not Twitter. That's
Right.
not WhatsApp. And then you got like Snapchat and you got Discord servers and man.
Well, remember the viral metric, right? Used to be like anything over 150,000 to 500,000. Like that used to be
Yeah,
the metric.
that was viral.
Yeah, and then it just went from 500,000 and it just keeps going up. Like now, if you're not doing like millions, it doesn't really count.
Of you getting your ass beat by your mother.
Right.
And she out here with her wig crooked.
Word. So like
She
now
a
it's like who's
crackhead or
even
some
more
shit.
embarrassing? Right. Exactly. It's like now who's
Oh,
even
your
more
mama a
embarrassing?
crackhead, and then she want to square up, and now you squaring up with your mother, and you flinging your mother around, and she flinging you around. Oh,
That is just a wild vision. Like I'm just sitting here like, hold up, what? Like you just slinging each other around because you know crackheads don't just go down. They take a lick and keep on ticking.
absolutely.
Motherfuckers, I keep telling people it's like preservatives are in crack. Like there's no way that they just stay alive forever and nothing ever hurts them. They got like ultimate strength. Like it's the craziest drug in the world. If it wasn't so dirty,
That's
it
the
would
crack.
probably
The
be
crack.
like
Now
a
you just
miracle.
a crackhead fall off a fucking building. That motherfucker hit the ground, and then shake that shit off, and get up and walk real fast, because they was always walking real fast. Crackheads always walk like they got someplace to be.
Yup. Yeah, they do. Well, they do. They got to be at the spot. They either got to be at the spot
So,
or they got to be somewhere to get some cash to head to the spot.
so does the abuse turn into some type of trauma that people then cope using drugs and alcohol?
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of that I mean, first of all, I think a lot of social drinking anyway is tied to that type of trauma because people are like gathering in the spot to kind of numb
Forget.
themselves for whatever it is, and it could always and it's always tied into something that happened when you were younger. So it's like, I mean, pretty much triggers because when you are able to start recognizing emotions and feelings and shit is where a lot of that starts. So yeah, no, I'm pretty sure, especially if you don't resolve it, of course, you're going to freaking find a drink or your favorite drug or even food for that matter. It doesn't always have to be alcohol or drugs. Like people turn to food, people turn to other
Sex,
people. Yes, sex,
shopping,
everything. It's like,
whatever.
yeah,
Whatever
to
you can
take
get your hands on,
to take your
then you
mind
do a
off
lot
of it.
of.
Right. So there's good ways around it, but it's all like, in a sense, if it's never treated, it's still a bad thing because you're basically staying busy to avoid dealing with the
Feeling.
right.
You don't want to feel your feelings.
Nope. As
I
you
told
always
you,
say,
you gotta feel your
Yes,
feelings.
I was about to
You
say
were,
that. You always say that.
I witnessed you start to feel your feelings.
Yeah. I mean, you're right though, because you should. You shouldn't just try to bury it and just be like, all right, that doesn't matter because it does matter.
You
But
matter.
yeah, but like I said though, it's also tied to like people not knowing how to resolve conflict, right? Because if nobody ever showed you how to actually have a conversation and explain things, then yeah,
Now you got adults beating each other ass because people
right,
jumped on your ass when you was a kid and nobody explained anything. So now somebody touch your sneaker,
and it's all bad.
you it's all now we gotta fight. Now you
Yeah,
gotta risk your life because a nigga bumped into you because you feel disrespected because your ego is like this big because you're actually insecure and
and that's how people resolve their issues too. Once again, it starts with how I'm going to get you to submit to what I'm saying for whatever, however fucked up it is. This is how I'm gonna do it. Like, it's fucked up.
no, I want to get you to submit to what I'm thinking that you should do.
Okay,
Because I'm thinking that in a room full of fucking a club full of like 400 people, should nobody step on my white sneakers?
this is true, but you also shouldn't be wearing white sneakers in the club. But what about now?
Let's start there. Let's
Yeah,
start. If y'all was talking, somebody told you nigga don't wear them white sneakers.
yeah, that's the first thing. But also, like, I feel like that you just like touched on something like that's like literally how minute something could be before to set some shit off, like somebody stepping on your fucking sneakers, something that's like replaceable, right? Even though like I get if somebody does it disrespectfully, that's one thing, but if you're like in a packed club, bar, whatever, gym, and somebody steps on your shoes, not the end of the world. It's not like, nah, I gotta kill this nigga because this motherfucker
Now you can't go
disrespected.
home
Right.
forever. Now
Like, yeah, like you can't go back to the hood because they gonna crack it. Yo,
the
you let
last
them
piece of
step on
pussy,
your
the last
shoes.
piece of pussy you had was the last
Yeah.
piece of pussy you gonna have.
It's
That's
not.
insanity.
Yeah, it is. It's not worth it because like, who are you trying to prove a point to? The guy that
What
like
just happened to you?
accidentally.
Where are your emotions? Like what's going on right now that you got in a rage and then want to escalate some shit because somebody touched your toe?
But it's always been like that. It's never, it's not like it's just one thing. It's like this motherfucker's just his whole life from that 3-year-old that was walking down the street with his shoes on the wrong feet and his mama calling him dumb motherfucker. He's been waiting for this moment. This is his moment. All them dumb motherfuckers he got called, this is like right now. And all you did was
You gonna
step on
show
his
somebody.
right. Like you trying to squeeze through the club, you like got drinks in your hand, you're like, oh, excuse me, pardon me. And apparently he didn't hear the pardon me, or he doesn't understand what pardon me means because he's only been called dumb
Or I'm
motherfucker.
drunk,
Right.
or they're dancing and then somebody pushed me and
Exactly. And I step on your shoe and now you're ready to fucking kill me over some bullshit.
I can't go home. I have a good life. I have a wife, a kid,
I
and
did.
I did.
I did.
They'll
But
be so sad. They'll be so sad
yeah. Or maybe they won't.
over your shoe.
Or
Over
maybe
over your shoe.
yeah. Over your shoe. Like they don't care.
That's
Or
wow. So the lives and the livelihood of two adult males is washed away by a sensitive ego and a pair of sneakers.
right. But it's not his fault that his ego is so sensitive. I mean, it is, but it isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like he has some responsibility towards it, but also the toxic parenting. Like you said, if you didn't realize that your name was Rashid until you were freaking 12 because all you heard was dumbass or stupid, like you're gonna have some resentment like somewhere to the world. Like nobody told me my name was Rashid. Everybody just thought I was dumbass. It's like,
The teacher like, no, R, A,
Yeah.
and you're like, D, U.
yeah, slapping the crayon out her head and shit. It's like, fuck's wrong with you, man?
I had an ex named Black, which is everybody.
Hold up,
should
was
have an
that
ex named
like
Black.
okay? Go ahead.
Hold my hand. We about to walk into it. Wait.
Okay.
I had an ex named Black. You're dark. Okay. Beautiful fucking skin. And you're black. And everybody's black. And you could be black. That's fine. Well, who named you Black? And he was like, oh, my sister is yellow. And she had a nickname. She's yellow like this. And I'm black like I'm black like the dark.
What?
But it used to actually be Blackie. I
No
was like,
way.
what? He
Who are
was like,
these
oh,
niggas?
yeah, my family called me Blackie.
Hold on.
And I was like, oh, what happened? I was like, "Wait, rewind, please.
Who are these
And I said,
niggas?
people tell me shit, and I'll be like, wait, I need therapy. But they just be like, yeah, because on Tuesday, like it's normal.
Who are these
They don't even
niggas?
understand the impact of what they just said.
What the?
Who are these
Because
niggas?
I was like, okay, black, like oh, you're a teenager maybe, and people started calling you black because he's dark. I get it. Okay, cool. No, I got that from my. I was like, where'd you get the nickname from? He was like, oh, that was my what my family called me and my mom. And I was like, your mom. I was like, your mama. Like, oh yeah, because like the sister's like Redbone.
What
They call her
the?
like Red. They call the sister Reddy, and he's Blackie. Like, oh,
Joe.
it's not black, it's Blackie. I was like, Blackie.
That sounds racist. Like,
Why she could have just called you Coon? What the
right.
fuck?
Who the fuck are his parents?
Who are these niggas?
Hold
Some
on, man.
bird,
Wait.
some
Who are these
fucking
niggas?
bird of a
Who are these
woman.
niggas? Who are these niggas?
Who
Who
are
these
they?
niggas?
Yes. What the fuck? I gotta fix that sample. It's way too low. I don't like that.
See now you need therapy. Like I'll be like wait, and I'm sitting here like I'm triggered. Like wait, I feel a way and wait, but you can't explain to somebody something that they don't even recognize.
Nah, that's wild, yo. That's crazy. Like I'm upset for him. Like I want to fight. Like that's fucked up. Like how do you do that to your kid?
I was like black. Oh, my
Or his
mom
parents
called
like
me black.
illiterate or something?
Cause I black. No, she's just a nurse.
Like
She was a
she's just a nurse. What
she
the?
was a nurse. She not ignorant. She's a nurse. Well, she educated.
What is that supposed to
And
mean?
well, I mean, you think like
Because
that,
you're
but
educated, that means that you like. Come on, they're pretty.
you're not. Yeah, you're not an internalized racist.
No, come on now, because they're like. You could be educated and still not know your left from your right. You know what I'm saying?
I said, what is going on? And the daughter's red bone as fuck. But guess what color his mama is?
Black.
Of course.
So
So instead of you celebrating that he has your complexion and you being proud of your complexion,
but maybe that's what she was called.
that generational trauma.
Yeah. Because now it's all starting to make sense. So this is what I'm saying. Once again, you can have an education, but if you were doomed from the beginning, if all you know is to call people by certain, like what they look like, then that like something to be said there.
And he had a color issue because he would talk he's like I'm just a dark kid, ain't nobody paying attention to me, like now I'm black and I'm ugly. I'm not wasn't ugly, beautiful fucking dark skin, beautiful. He had such pretty features, and I was like, you are far from, but you think your complexion makes you ugly.
Damn.
And when we were together, he mentioned my complexion, and then he said, girls, my complexion don't really deal with guys his complexion, which I
Damn.
don't find to be true, but I don't know. That's his experience.
Right.
And then he married a girl as dark as he.
Well, maybe he
And
became woke or like got some sort of
when her and I crossed paths, and one of the questions she needed to have an answer to, I mentioned, she was like, well, I don't understand, because I was like, well, yeah, because something, I was like, something, because my complexion, I'm mixed, and she was like, you mixed? I was like, yeah. I was like, I look like I'm Puerto Rican or Dominican. She was like, what? He said he don't like light-skinned women.
to.
I was like, why would you what would make you have a conversation about
He ran a
the
game
type of
on
woman
it.
he likes?
Right. Who
And then
does
she was
that?
just like she was like she was like bent out of shape after that.
But I mean, it's a legit
call-
question. Like, who does that? Who like?
He said he don't like light skinned women. He said he like dark like the he said dark like the night. I was like, oh, I heard that before. So
Oh, you was hating.
I wasn't hating. But why y'all having a conversation about complexion?
Right.
And he said
And why did she come to you with
he
it
liked
though?
her. because she's dark, baby. Because she's dark like that's a story. So she's dark like the night. But she got bent out of shape
None of
once
this
she
makes
found out I
sense.
was light skinned.
Mm.
But I said his wife. So
Right, right,
how
right.
bent out of shape are you?
But this is what I'm saying. So something must have happened to where as though he went, like, instead of being neutral, he went from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. No pun intended. But that's like kind of weird, I would think. So something must have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You think he had like a conversation with somebody, like one of them what's them niggas that be yelling at people in Harlem? They be standing on the corner. What's them niggas? They be wearing the
The
robes and shit.
what the
Israelites, yeah. Them niggas.
dashiki wearing niggas. Nigga, you
Ready to one of them. Told the
Take that
motherfucker he
stuff
was
to
a
the
devil.
cross-dresser.
Like, what? Nigga said,
Or the Muslims, because we got a lot in Newark.
yeah. But the thing,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Muslims are more like just, they're super like, about like they're just their religion, you know, like if you're cool with them and their religion, I feel like there's no, but I could be wrong. I don't really dive into the religion talk with people, but I do know a great deal of Muslims.
Don't eat your pork. Don't eat no pork.
No, and I had bacon this
The
morning.
swine.
That's crazy.
It's the swine.
Listen, that's the one, you know, like that's the one religion to where as though if I was going to like practice anything, it would be that, because I like, from what I hear, everything that it's about actually makes sense. It's not like all these other religions where it's like, you got to walk this fine line, you got to be perfect, and if you do anything wrong, you're going to go to hell. And it's like, who the hell told you that?
Them crackers.
Exactly.
Okay. I got some tea.
Okay. Oh shit, I don't got my
I
tea
was gonna-
time sample. I'm gonna have to bring that back.
I was gonna join the Nation of Islam.
Really?
I considered.
Hold up, let me ask you this. Was it for a dude?
Of course, he was gorgeous.
Fucking knew
Good
it.
shit. Using big words and got a suit on and a whole bunch of books and shit. My sister, have you ever read? No,
He hit you
baby,
with the
I ain't
My
read that
Sister?
book. I ain't read that book.
Oh man,
Yeah, of course. She little bow tie ass. Come here.
that
Come
is
here.
hilarious.
When you want to come over to my house, I would love to come spend time with you and we could talk more about the studies of Elijah Muhammad. Nah, baby, I want fuck. Like, when we going real quick. I'm gonna see you naked. Like, come over real quick. And oh, my sister.
He was about to
We
shahada
need
your way
marriage
into
for
some
that.
boxes.
I was like,
That
marriage.
is
I was like, all
crazy.
right then. So we could get, all right. So we get marriage. We can get to it. We can get to it.
Yeah, you were
How can I be
crazy.
down? How can
Yeah.
I be down?
Oh my god, that is funny. That is too funny. Like, I'm not
about to
judging
sell
you,
out.
but I am
I'm about to
judging.
dead sell out for dick. Oh,
I wasn't gonna say it.
I'm about to find religion for some penis.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
But look
safe
at-
space.
Luckily, I got bored because he kept wanting to talk. Listen to me. He wanted to talk and get to know me. The fuck?
What's wrong with that? Wait, isn't that what women want?
I don't know what women want. Tracy want to get to it.
Fair
I don't know
enough.
what women want. Tracy want to get to it. Everybody do their own thing. It's free out here in America. However, I got ADHD and I'm impulsive. So let's like. Now, how long we gonna sit here talking?
All that makes
What's your name
sense.
again?
Listen,
What's your name again?
I'm in agreement. Like that all makes sense. I'm with you. But you gotta understand that man was on a mission.
For the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He used to be a calypso singer.
A what?
A calypso singer.
Is that the bongos?
Yeah, baby, his album. My dad has the album. His shit was like yellow, mad Caribbean, with like the shirt with the colors and shit with the big sleeves. And he had bongos.
We need that for the next app. We gotta hear
If
it.
I'm not mistaken, he was holding bongos and he had his hands open like the Copacabana look, like he about to start shimmying.
So he did that on the side?
No, he was a calypso singer before he
Oh, that was life before Islam.
It wasn't together.
I don't know.
Oh shit!
I
Oh
mean,
shit!
I thought he had like bean pies by day and bongos by night.
And kick it. Oh man, that'd be some shit though.
I listen. Some people live double lives, and I'm not judging. I was trying to figure out where we was going.
You gotta get them donations up. We on a mission.
Yes.
You gotta get them donations up so he gets bongos and he be in the corner in Harlem somewhere
Doing
getting
his
his money.
right. Holy shit, that is hilarious. I don't even know how we got there, but oh my god. So let's get into our rants this week. So social media rabbit holes, right? I feel like that is one of those things where it really, really sucks people in, right? So one of the things is, you know, they all of these different communities, right? Like the red pill community, which is weird as shit. And then you got your conspiracy theorists, and you got your spiritualists, and you got your therapy. It's like there's so many different subgroups, but everybody falls down these rabbit holes. And one of the rabbit holes that I actually enjoy, but I think is crazy, is like the black conspiracy theorists, where everybody's trying to figure out who's in the Illuminati and what is going on. Like, why is this person being, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They taking down leaders.
yeah, who the hell sits around and comes up with this crap? Like, why can't it just be somebody had a bad day and they did something wrong? But I'm of the firm belief too that if more than one people say it, it's like, all right, there's got to be some sort of truth to it, right? Or no, or maybe it's just all folklore.
It's a gang of motherfuckers thinking the world is flat.
Yeah, which is weird.
Motherfuckers congregate and get together talking about aliens and shit. Well, now there are aliens, but motherfuckers get together and be talking about any type of weird ass conspiracy. Like, I don't even keep up with that shit because it gives me a headache. It gives me a headache, and motherfuckers is so illogical. It's like it annoys me.
Well,
I like things being logical, so it annoys the fuck out of me that people are able to make these wild ass loose inferences, and then they're like, yes, because one fish, blue fish. Like somebody said Jerusalem on the 13th.
right.
The 13th got 7 letters in it. What is 7?
Yeah, people
7
start they
is
do,
the
just
number
do
of
too
the
much.
stars.
Right. Now they trying to do
It
the
was the equator.
science and be woke at the same time. Like, man, sit your dumb ass down. Like, that shit pisses
They
me off
doing
too.
math, they doing science, they doing folklore, they doing chemistry. It's too much.
Right. Lining chakras and all of that shit. And it's like they just be saying stuff to say it because it sounds good, or they read something or fell down a damn TikTok rabbit hole and was like, oh, did you know such and such? And I'd be like looking at it, and I think a lot of it too might just be the engagement farming. Like, people who are just trying to get a reaction out of everybody.
It gotta be, because people be saying the wildest shit.
Yeah, and it's like, there's no way you believe this shit. Like, there's
And then
no
there's
way.
nothing else. They say nothing else. They make like a big ass
Yeah,
wow statement, and they don't argue with the people in the threads.
well, I
They
don't
don't
do
like-
that either. Because
They
that
don't
should
like
be kind of
defend
pointless.
themselves. You stupid.
Well, no,
I'm
because
not- I
like,
know.
so the other
I'm right. Why would I argue with you if I'm right?
right. Well, I mean, it's honestly not even that I'm right. This is my opinion on this, right? So, who was it? I think Baller Alert had like this thing where they showed like all of these artists that incriminated themselves in some sort of interview, right? And I was just like, well, the one thing they all got in common is Vlad the Vulture or whatever, or Vulture Vlad, whatever the hell I said it. And like, that was just my opinion, because like I don't fuck with Vlad, because I feel like Vlad definitely exploits the black community, or the hip hop community for that matter, and like he leans into his Jewish side when it's convenient for like a shield to be like, well, you can't say nothing against me because I'm Jewish and blah blah blah. And it's like, but you sit here and you'll disrespect, you know, our black leaders, and sit here and say, well, I'm not going to apologize because I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really fuck with that. So, and then the rappers that do sit down with him, for some reason, they all end up in some sort of freaking trouble. So it does make sense to me. And you don't have to believe it or not, but that's just how I feel. And they were like, oh, no accountability on the person doing the crime and no this and no that. And it's like, I don't care about none of that. Like, I'm not about to argue with y'all about my opinion. Like, I feel like this guy's a piece of shit and everything he touches somehow goes to shit. So, no, fuck you. I don't care. So, in that sense, yeah, no, I'm not going to argue. But I'm not, like, throwing a conspiracy out there. It's an opinion.
Yeah, it's an opinion.
Right. Now, it'd be one thing if I was sitting here doing a whole freaking 36-part episode on TikTok about where Vlad got this person locked up because somebody mentioned their name in video 2000 and back to video 18 and had this symbol and all of this dumb shit. Like, fuck that. My opinion is the motherfucker's a piece of shit. But these other motherfuckers just be out here just saying anything and then just letting people argue in the comments over nothing. And I just start blocking motherfuckers. If I feel like you're in engagement farming, I'm just like blocking you. Like, I don't want to see the, who should pay for the first date? Like, that shit's like way too old. You're like fucking 10 years too late. I'm tired of that conversation. So I just started blocking people.
I did too.
Yeah, because it's like there's no need to sit there and like, even sometimes you want
Dusty
to,
ass off my timeline.
Yeah.
Dusty ass off my timeline.
you be wanting to
Making me
tell them
read
like, yo, you
dumbass
stupid.
tweets.
Yeah, you be wanting to tell them like you stupid. Like some of the damn young kids who didn't even know who OJ was today. That was fucking hilarious too. Like, all right,
No,
I'm
there's
getting
an
old.
argument. There's an argument going on right now, which I think is engagement farming. And the guy was like, "I refuse to believe that they sat there and showed the trial to grammar school kids."
They really don't believe that. Like that definitely was
Don't
a
you think
thing.
that was part of like history?
Yeah.
Or, like,
It was like literally history
life?
in the making, especially like you're talking like the mid 90s where like freaking, I think not too long ago they saw Rodney King get beat by the police on
Yes.
videotape. Like somebody, the first viral video like was Rodney King getting his ass whooped by police and the police got off and all black people were pissed off. They tore fucking LA up. And you didn't think that America was not about to freaking put the biggest freaking scandal on. But see, this is, once again, I'm feeding into the damn farming. Look at that.
Just ignore the motherfuckers. You're dumb. Just
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah. You got to.
What gets me, I have the same. I don't do a deep dive because I'm just not. I'm not going to engage with you like I'm not engaging with church people. I'm not engaging with the alien conversation. I'm not engaging with you because you're dumb. Go away. And it annoys me. You can't not see the shit. So there's like
Yeah.
threads where the child exploitation and child sex abuse in Hollywood. What annoys me about conspiracy theorists is that you're spinning your wheels for the sake of your own fucking entertainment. Because some things are not a conspiracy. If it's a conspiracy theorist, is supposed to be bringing attention to a thing that is an actual fact.
Right.
But it's a conspiracy, so you're saying that it is or is not true. So you peel it back to see is it or is it not true. So you have a base place where it may be true. Sex abuse in Hollywood.
Right.
Sex abuse with Diddy. Sex abuse in the entertainment industry. What the fuck ever.
Right. They start like,
Why are you remixing something that is actually
it's like
right
a
there?
virtual collage.
It's like the obvious things. I was in a Discord and they're like, "Oh, Diddy, I can't believe Diddy. I can't believe Diddy." I pulled up articles about this girl on the good ship Lollipop, Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple was like a child. She's like 6. In her movie, they have her dressed up as a whore in a whorehouse. The background is she's singing in a brothel.
Damn.
And then another movie, and I'm reading the article because I remember her like when I was little, but I wasn't really paying attention. And then you don't pay attention. And there's another one, I remember that it was like a dance scene, and she's dancing, but she's being passed from man to man.
Wow.
Like her dance partners were grown men.
Right.
And she's like, they're like carrying her around like you carry a baby on your hip.
Mm-hmm. Shit was a
They're,
lot
like,
more
carrying her
cerebral
like that.
back then.
They had her, they would punish her for getting her lines wrong. Like she got like sit like kneel on
Like in
rice
a
or some
movie?
shit, or no, in real life.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
in real life. They were punishing her. Then she was like a little older, and somebody made a pass at her, but she blacked out and was fighting, and the producer didn't want to work with her anymore.
Wow.
And then she was like a teenager, 15, 16, and somebody else tried it. And then like she blacked out and like refused to like fuck with them because Shirley Temple never performed as an adult.
Hmm.
Her whole career was her as a child.
I
So
never
I
even
think
thought about that.
they were pressing her, and then now you're 15, 16, and yet another producer, yet another director, yet another meeting with some grown ass man who's dangling a check in front of you. And he pressed her, and she was like, "Fuck you," blacked out, called whoever, bust him in the head with a lamp, whatever she did,
Oh
and
wow.
avoided whatever happened. But she was clear, and these are two stories in the news. What the fuck? What's the rest of the stories that aren't in the news?
I wonder why like people kept trying to like. I would think after the second person got their shit split that somebody'd be like, "Yo, don't try that." Like what happened to that? Like did people just not like talk?
No, it's not a conversation. It's just you getting
But you know what I'm
you
saying?
getting
Like,
something
how do
or
you
not getting
blackball somebody,
something.
right? I know, but still, like, how do you blackball somebody, right? If you try somebody and then they wild out on you 9 times out of 10, the whole thing is, oh, you'll
They're
never work
difficult
in
to
this
work
town
with.
again, right?
They're difficult to work with, but
So
that's no real reason. There's no need for details. They're just hard to work with, whatever
okay,
that may
so
mean.
the person, I guess, all right. So I guess the person was like, oh, well, they're hard to work with. I can work with them. Like, I would think that somebody be like, listen, or maybe they're just not buddy buddy because ain't no way I'm. Well, first of all, I'm not going to be this, but
Uncle Creepy.
right, if like one of my homies got his head split, I'm gonna tell somebody, hey, watch out because this happened to him. So you be careful. Like you see what I'm saying? Like somebody should have been. I mean, granted, they got what they deserved, especially
Somebody should have been warning
right.
warning the
That's what I'm
people to not
saying. Somebody should have
to
gave them
not
a heads up. Yo,
don't
don't.
essay her. Don't.
Yes, like that's all I'm saying. Like somebody should have said, yo, listen, that's not a good idea. Like you might think that you have it all figured out, but it's not a good idea. And the fact that nobody said that lets me know all I need to know about what was going on back then. But it's a lot of weird shit. But that's fucked up. That happened
Yeah,
to a
so
lot of
it
child
was like,
stars.
I can't believe Diddy. I can't believe Diddy. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like
Where do you think he
Marilyn
learned it?
Monroe was giving drugs and and who's the girl? Who's the girl that just died?
Which one?
With the millionaire. She was married to the millionaire.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Drugged up since like
She
her
didn't
like
just
they're
die
from like
either.
the butt fuck country. And then you
Yeah.
got like whoever, and you got handlers, and you like drugs, you like alcohol now because you're coping, or it comes to your family, or whatever it is.
Right.
But they're
Or
feeding you the thing that you don't need to
you're
have.
living a lifestyle that you're uncomfortable with, so this is how you stay comfortable.
Whatever. But between that, like I don't know what daylight is. Then you're like dependent. You're in the house. You're famous. You can't really go outside and do whatever. So people gotta bring shit to your house.
Right.
There was somebody else.
Shit.
Strange fruit. Who
Huh?
sang Strange Fruit?
Strange fruit. Can't remember, but
There
I
was
know what you're saying.
Another one. Alcohol, liquor,
Yeah.
alcohol, liquor, alcohol, liquor. Enough for you to keep performing.
Yep.
Enough for you to
Shit.
keep
Amy
performing.
Winehouse. That was her story.
The daddy, alcohol, liquor, alcohol, liquor.
Yeah.
The boyfriend, alcohol,
and
liquor.
and she died trying to get clean. Like that was crazy because I listened to a podcast about her story or whatever, and it's like the way that they do it, I forget. I think it's Disgraceland, but this guy, Jake Brennan or something. But anyway, he does a great job at telling these stories, and like to the point where it's like you feel like you're there and you can see what's going on. And her story was so damn tragic because the girl, like, she did have an issue. Like the whole like rehab song was a true thing, and the fact that it's like what made her popular is like what actually kind of, in a sense, kept driving that ship to where as though it's like people love to see a car accident and they'll pay top dollar, but as talented as she was, she couldn't escape The fact that she had an addiction, and like you said, they kept feeding it and feeding it and feeding it and feeding it to the point she tried to kick it, and it kicked her. I gotta stop with these bad
And people
puns.
people aren't really interested in you getting clean, because then you may have decisions.
Yeah,
Then you start to be able to pay attention to your surroundings. Then you start to ask questions. You're alert. You're present in whatever's going on, and you can't have that.
no,
They're
can't.
talking about Danny Bonaducci, whatever the fuck. This boy been talking about Hollywood
Bonaducci.
since the 80s. Since the 80s, he's been talking about Hollywood.
Yeah, he's like old washed. Well, not washed, but he looks like he's been through the freaking ringer.
Because he's part of, I told you I was doing deep dives and making connections with who did what. There's like a group of white producers that sexually assaulted a group of white boys, and those white boys are of the age group of Leo, River Phoenix, um, not River, yeah, River Phoenix, Leo, um, Brad Pitt, um, Tom Cruise, and they all worked in certain movies around each other in certain parts. But when these boys worked with them, they were boys.
Mm.
They were like teenagers. So these white, who else? It was somebody else. It was a lot of people. They were like, this one, who's this? Who's this? Martin Sheen? Who's the one with the HIV? Who's getting
Charlie,
out? He got
Charlie
like
Sheen.
he was in that crew.
Yeah. Well,
The
that was
Breakfast,
around
the
the time
Breakfast,
when
the Breakfast Club boys.
yeah, and Kevin Spacey, he got wrapped up in
Kevin
that shit
Spacey.
too.
They were all young men around these producers who were older white men, and they said it was like, it's on, there's like blogs, and there's like gossip sites, and like all this stuff going on, but they have like code words that if you go back and forth you can kind of figure it out. The comment section will figure it out, and it's like the conversation isn't like, oh, one person said on one site. It's like the person mentioned it, and other people, there's like a whole thread going on where they're like, oh yeah, that happened because this person here.
Right.
Oh yeah, well he worked with this person in this movie right here. And movies you might not remember, movies that might have like came out and flopped and went wherever.
Right, but
And
you
they're
might
like,
have saw something
oh,
and was like, "Oh shit, that shit was crazy."
but they were all they were all together. Then there's like interviews. There's like there's a guy who was arrested. Newark with the motorcycles.
Yeah,
There was a
it's
guy who was
nice
arrested
outside,
for
which is
like,
crazy. Hold up, is it not raining down there?
it is.
Oh, I was about to say, because who the hell is like wilding on a motorcycle in the goddamn rain? But it is 58 degrees right
Newark
now,
don't care.
so
Newark
nah,
don't
I
care.
don't give a shit.
So there's like whispery stories about who did what to who, white boys. So I'm sure he'd have been that age group.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore was getting high and drinking
Oh
at like
yeah,
9 or 11
and that's like one of the more
at at Hollywood
popular ones.
parties. She'd be at the Hollywood parties at age 9 or 11. And
Yeah,
now we know there's always been Hollywood parties.
yeah, and
So
there's
it was
always been
like,
some wild shit that's been going on.
so in your mind, you're like, oh, everyone's having like crepes and champagne at the
Nope,
pool. It's a party.
it's a lot of
No,
crepes
niggas
going on
got
minus the C.
it's got there's drugs, there's liquor, and the lights is out.
Crepes without the
And
C.
folk in here doing what they're doing. Why is this little 9-year-old girl at a party
Exactly.
smoking and drinking? Enough where it was an article written about her being at the party.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like her situation or her like abuse and all of that has been documented, and it's a public thing. Like people have been talking about it, and it's like even before like there was a whole Me Too movement and all of that extra shit. Like they were talking about the fact that this young girl had like it was rough, and you can
She was in
see it.
rehab at like 13. She was in
That's
rehab.
fucking nuts, man. That's nuts. That is insane. But look at us. We're just adding to the freaking conspiracy theory TikTok fire, which
It's
is
not a conspiracy theory. It's not a theory, nor is it a conspiracy. It's a fact. Which is my point where y'all motherfuckers talking about some goddamn furniture fucking delivery. You out this bitch talking about pizza fucking
oh
delivery. What are
Mayfair.
you fucking
What was that?
talking about?
Wayfair. That was
What, like,
crazy.
why
That
why
was
you putting all that? It like the facts is right here, but you decide to take the facts and like stir that bitch up some type
Hold
of
up.
way.
Wasn't that during
Add
the
extra shit
pandemic?
to it. Somewhere along the way.
That it was around that time, right? I feel like we were at a weird point where people were just like coming up with
Look, they're
anything.
eating pizza. They had a gala, and they're at the Met Museum, and look,
And they
they're
had little
eating
kids serving
pizza.
them pizza. Yeah, Pizzagate. That was weird.
That
But yeah,
like, what do
nah,
you want?
Wayfair
Like,
was
no.
crazy because I remember that was a whole thing where they were like, look, there's 6 different chests up here. Why is this one $6,000 and this one
So if you
$600?
order this one, they're
Yeah.
actually going to deliver you a kid. Are they? Are they? They're going to put some little fucking Mexican boy on a
Oh,
what plane? A
shit.
private plane? Okay, he's in a private jet
Yeah.
to come to what? To meet what? A van
They're going to
at the
drop him off at
airport.
Teterboro. Like, hold up, you got to go pick up your fucking mahogany chest at fucking Teterboro. Get the fuck out of here.
Like the furniture delivery guys going to come with a big
Right.
box and drop it off in your house, and then you pop the crate, and oh, it's a little boy.
Which was weird
That's what
because
happened.
years ago we ordered this it's like a bar hutch thing from Wayfair,
And a
and
little,
this
and a
was
little
right
boy.
around the time where this shit was happening. I was like, yo, if a fucking human shows up, I am going to be
A
so
little,
pissed off.
a little boy popped out the box.
I was going to be so pissed. Yo, you do not know the level of anxiety I had because this is right around the time when this was happening. And I was like, hold up, you mean to tell me? And I'm looking at the thing like, all right, well, ours wasn't like $5,000, but it's better not be no, because like you start looking online
It
and you're
could
like,
be a
hold up,
midget. It
this
might
is
not be
3
a
different
kid, but it
prices.
could be a
Right,
midget.
exactly. It might be half price. Like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Like, but no, it was a bar and it's still standing. It hasn't moved. It hasn't yelled or anything. So yeah, no, that was a weird time. It was a lot of weird theories that went on. It's just sometimes you get wrapped up in it, but it does become annoying because it's like now lines are getting blurred to where as though people actually don't do
If
research anymore. Like
if
they
you
just
want to
believe what
if you want to
they
be
read.
angry about child sexual assault, what you could do is pay attention to the people that are telling you that their children being assaulted.
Yeah,
You could do that as opposed to sitting online writing your fucking theories and think pieces about pizza
I mean,
and
listen,
Wayfair.
nah, the Wayfair shit was crazy. I'm still mad about that. I ain't even gonna hold you, yo. Like, I am still kind of pissed off.
Yo,
I'm like, that was fucked up. Like they really had people
like, do
out
you
here
understand the type of
believing that
logistics
shit.
that have to go in doing that? Like, do you understand the type?
Yo, it's fucked
Do you
up.
understand the type of fucking system that would make just to? Why can't I just go down to the where the hoes be at and
Exactly.
find me a pimp and make an arrangement, and then
Yeah.
and then that's what I do. Like
Yeah,
Mr. C.
pimps taking fucking requests is crazy too. Like, listen here, Slim. I need one. Okay, I need this. Yo, you going? That is insane. I'm not even
Do
going.
the crackheads not sell their children?
Yes, they do. I mean, yeah. It,
Who buying the baby?
well, 9 times out of 10, motherfucker. Yeah, all right. Cause see, the problem is with me where certain shit I try to like
He's like,
find
I just don't want to think
the
about it.
reasoning. Yeah, but then it's like I don't need that on my conscience. Cause then it like I know how it's going to sound. It's like, are you really trying to reason that? Like, no, I'm not. It's just all bad. It's all bad. We're gonna
you
walk away.
you can't sell something. You can't sell nothing somebody ain't buying.
This is true.
And women would sell their babies, their young daughters, young boys,
Yeah,
for drugs.
yeah. Damn, that everything comes full circle. Back to toxic parenting. You know,
Oh,
it's like that's part of it. Selling your kid is super toxic. Hold on,
it's super toxic.
yeah, I do have
I give up.
a TikTok one I wanted to play. It's about toxic parenting. I gotta find it though. Where's my shit? All right, I'm still connected. All right, where the fuck is it? That I have to find first. Hold on, let me turn this one down.
It's gonna cue your stuff up.
Huh? Yeah.
It's gonna cue your stuff up.
Okay,
I'm
here we
fucking
go.
with you. I'm never ready, so I can't complain.
No. I got it. Check this out.
I'm a toxic mom. Of course, I'm going to make you feel bad for the way that you're raising your children because they're not my children. And of course, I did better than you. even if you're not happy with your childhood. I'm a toxic mom. Of course, you won't get on my damn nerves every time I hear you call my name, because I just don't like being bothered with anybody, and nobody even understands why I'm so damn unhappy. I'm a toxic mom. Of course, I'm going to talk behind your back about you to your siblings and do the same thing to them so all y'all can be going to war and choosing me as the person that matters the most so you can continue to gossip to me about one another. I'm a toxic mom. Of course, I'm going to make it seem like I am the best grandmother in the world by showing up to your house unannounced with gifts for your children so they think I'm the best grandmother ever. I'm a toxic mom. Of course, your husband doesn't like me because he has to live with you every day and see all the damage that I cause. Of course, I'm a toxic mom. I am going to be the victim till the day I die and never take accountability for anything because defensiveness is my strong suit. I will make everybody else feel like they're the problem. Of course, I'm a toxic mom. I have you watching this and you swear to God that your mom is not like this, but you know secretly everything that I'm saying and more is what you're going through. And I turned you into a people-pleasing pushover.
Now, in my journey
Where's my
of
Vaseline at?
huh?
Where's my Vaseline? Where my Vaseline? Where my
You ready to
Vaseline in my
fight?
sneakers? Where my Vaseline in my sneakers?
Ready to
'Cause I
fight?
just got real annoyed. I just got real fucking annoyed.
Yo, so I was looking for things, right? Because I was like, all right, let me see what I can find. Like, what are they, saying? Because sometimes, you come across some shit and you're like, what the fuck? And then I found that, and that was like very triggering, right? Like super triggering to the point where it's like, I feel like everybody can relate to it because for whatever reason, everybody knows somebody, mom that's like this, or everybody has a mom. You know what I'm trying to say. Because everybody doesn't have a mom like this. Some people actually have parents that love them. Boo-hoo, good for y'all. But for the rest of us, this is what a lot of us had to deal with growing up. And sometimes it was like 100 times worse than that. Now,
Oh yeah.
that shit was crazy because I was like looking for somebody to actually try to explain why these things were happening, and I could not find it. All I found was
That
like,
was so thorough.
yeah,
That was so thorough though.
yeah, it's kind of sad, but all right. So yeah, I think that's it for this episode. I think we covered
You give up?
toxic parenting. I mean, for now, I don't think
I
there's
gave all I could give. I can't give no more.
there with this toxic parenting shit. Like, how much deeper can you go into it?
Fight your mama.
Yeah, or your grandma.
Her too.
Oh, did I close that? I did close it. Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Like, I mean, hopefully we shed some light on some things for people. I would hope.
We unpacked some things and we ranted about some things. We laughed about a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things.
couple
Probably some
off-
things we
a
shouldn't have
couple-
laughed about either.
A couple off-center jokes here and there. We are
Very.
healing. We are on our journey healing.
Yes, we
And
are.
that's why you guys are here with us. You too can be a Jones.
This is true.
You could be a Jones. You could be a Jones. The door is always open. We got room for more. You could be a Jones and walk with us and heal and laugh at shit and heal.
Yeah. Well, you got to do some sort of laughing, right? Laugh to avoid crying, but still feel
That's
your
what they
feels.
say. That's what. Or you gonna get a whooping.
Not the whooping. You know what's messed up? I dropped the ball on that when I should have had like a lash sound effect loaded up for that. But
Oh,
I don't know if that would have been like too much now that I think about it. Probably would have been like super triggering.
it, that's part of it. You try not to be obnoxious
Right.
because we're laughing about some shit. We laugh about our personal shit, but then our personal shit is also other people's.
It overlaps. Right.
Or more exaggerated things than we've ever fucking had. Because I got fed at home. I think you got fed at home.
Yeah.
We were sent to school, and that's head and tails above what other people experience.
Right. But
So,
there was, it wasn't all peaches and cream.
We don't mean to trigger. We don't mean to trigger.
Yeah.
We're just
Definitely don't.
trying to look at it and laugh at it, and then maybe do better tomorrow.
Exactly. That's what it is, a trigger warning at the beginning of the description. So you know what you're getting yourself into. At least I would think.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. It's all right. And on that note, I guess we're out of here. once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you come back for another episode because it's always fun. And if you ain't got nothing nice to
It
say,
costs nothing to listen.
yeah,
Don't
it's
say
actually
shit.
free. Yeah,
Don't say
exactly.
shit.
Don't say
Shut
nothing.
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up forever.